Black Bolt and White Flare are looking to be an exciting new dual set in the Pokemon TCG world, as there's lots of cool and interesting new Pokemon to play with such as Electric and Jellicent EX, new tools like Brave Bangle and Air Balloon, as well as the return of Prism Energy. This set will not only bring back the powerful lightning based archetype based on Electric Generator with Electric, Miraidon EX, Iron Hands EX and the new Zekrom EX, but it will power up existing decks to bring them to a whole new power level and make them that much more threatening. Whether it is a one card inclusion or a whole deck getting upgraded, in this video we will take a look at the different decks that get upgraded in the black and white set. Don't forget that you can watch videos 24 hours earlier if you become a channel member by following the link in the description below. This kind of support helps me continue to create content like this, so please consider becoming a channel member if you enjoy the content. First, let's talk about Gardevoir EX. This deck is already the best deck in the format, and it is going to get a very powerful new attacker in Jellicent EX. Its Curse of the Sea ability stops an opponent from playing any item or tool cards from their hand as long as it is in the active spot. If you thought dealing with body in the early game was annoying, try dealing with item lock the whole game. And when you thought you could use Technical Machine Evolution to at least keep setting up, Jellicent EX adds the extra disruption of denying tool cards. Its attack power press is nothing to scoff at either. It does a solid 80 damage for 2 energy and does 80 more if it has 2 more energy attached, which of course is not a problem at all in a Gardevoir deck, and you even benefit from the damage on the Jellicent EX thanks to Munkidori's Adrenabrain ability. Coincidentally, 160 damage is perfect when combined with Clefairy EX to be able to take down Dragapult EX in one hit. And that's not all, the new Frillish has the Shadow of the Sea attack, which does 20 damage and blocks your opponent from playing item cards next turn. For Gardevoir EX, it's essentially a more powerful body. It does more damage, has more HP, and even the retreat cost is beneficial since you can power it up, retreat into a second one, and use that damage with Munkidori's Adrenabrain. All in all, the synergy between Gardevoir EX and Jellicent EX is fantastic, and it is no surprise to see the deck do well over at the Japan National Championship, getting top 8, top 16, and multiple top 32 placements. The presence of Jellicent EX and Gardevoir EX's continued dominance also means Grimmsnarl EX will remain a popular choice as it is one of the few decks that can go up against it effectively, though the combination of Technical Machine Evolution with Jellicent EX can cause havoc even for this dark type deck as a way to deny the Grimmsnarls from hitting the field at all. Some of the new useful trainers like Tool Scrapper, Air Balloon, Hilda and Brave Bangle don't really fit well in Gardevoir EX decks, so the only real update is the new Jellicent EX attacker from this new set. Another deck that got a great Pokemon addition is Gholdengo EX, as the new Gensect EX has a Metal Signal ability which lets you search for 2 Metal Evolution Pokemon and add them to hand. This ability helps the deck become a lot more consistent, as a single nest ball can immediately help you get set up with your whole deck. This saves so much space and time as you no longer rely on Technical Machine Evolution, and it helps offset the heavy cost of Ultra Ball as well. With Gensect EX helping the consistency, some players in Japan found success by dropping the usual partner of Dracloak and adding Scissor in its place as a powerful non-EX attacker that can potentially take down basic EXs and give the deck a favorable 2-for-1 price trade, which was usually its biggest downfall. Another addition to the deck is the new Air Balloon tool, making it much harder to strand a Gholdengo EX in the active, as well as the new Gensect EX since both Pokemon have a 2 retreat cost. Air Balloon can help the deck become a lot more mobile and drastically reduces the potential for losing turns of aggression by having something stranded in the active spot. The deck's biggest hurdle though seems like it would be the new Jellicent EX and Gardevoir EX decks, as that's much tougher to take down to re-enable item cards compared to the weak 30 HP body. However, since the item lock is based on Jellicent being active, the deck now should try to play 3 or 4 Bosses orders as well as an Iron Bundle in order to help reactivate item cards each turn and be able to recover energy with superior energy retrieval. Will Gensect EX and Air Balloon be enough to make Gholdengo EX a top tier contender over the other established archetypes at the top? Probably not, but it remains a powerful deck nonetheless. Next, there's Ethan's Typhlosion, a deck that had a lot of believers when it came out but had a dreadful showing at NAIC. The deck in paper has everything it could possibly want, a self-sustaining Pokemon engine and a powerful single price attacker. However, the damage capping out at 280 is what's really holding it back. 280 is a lot for 1 energy, but it's not enough to take down the 2 top decks at the moment, Dragapult EX with 320 HP and Gardevoir EX with 310 HP. However, that problem is now solved thanks to the new tool card Brave Bangle. which lets Typhlosion max out at a base 310 damage, which is perfect for Gardevoir EX, and with a single Victory Cheer Victini on the bench, you can increase it to 320 to cover Dragapult DX as well. The deck already runs a heavy Arven engine, so Brave Bangle is a perfect fit for the deck where it used to play Gravity Mountain. A great stadium that fills a similar role but is unsearchable unless you play Team Rocket's Patrol in your deck. Brave Bangle is an upgrade in every sense, and could make Ethan's Typhlosion a much more powerful deck once the black and white set comes out, as once those 4 Ethan's Adventures hit the discard pile, Typhlosion is taking down everything in its path. Of course, the early game is still a bit of an issue for the deck as it remains frail, and any deck that can't take extra prizes on top of KOing the Typhlosion mid-turn is problematic. Will Brave Bangle be enough to carry this deck to the top against the heavy hitters of the format? I guess time will tell. And finally we have Miraidon EX, which got 3 new Pokemon to play around with that might help it succeed again in the black and white metagame. First we have Electric with the Dynamotor ability. This exact same card came out in the original black and white set from 2011, and it was a top tier deck back then combined with Rayquaza EX for massive unlimited damage. The game is very different now from what it used to be back then, and the frail 40 and 90 HP of Dynamo and Electric respectively can be a big problem with the likes of Munkidori and Dragapult running the metagame. Nonetheless, Electric is a great support Pokemon to keep on the bench and help give a deck a much needed boost in consistency for when you're running low on electric generators as the game progresses. With Dynamotor you can continue to power up threats on the bench and gives the deck a more stable late game. Whilst Magneton from Surging Sparks fulfills a similar role, Electric's ability is less immediately impactful but it also doesn't give up prize cards. And adding to the arrival of Electric is the new Zekrom EX. This new basic EX has the attack Voltage Burst, which does 130 damage and 50 more for every prize card your opponent has taken. For 3 energy, it's a pretty great finisher in the late game, and something Miraidon EX sorely missed with the loss of Raichu B with rotation. These 2 new Pokemon, as well as Herbaloon to go with Electric, could help revive Miraidon EX as an archetype, as currently its replacement became Joltik Box with a much more reliable way to power up Iron Hands EX. But if you can go a turn faster with double electric generator, that could generally make this deck a more formidable threat. However, it was Joltik Box that performed better at the Japan National Championship back in June. But I'm sure this deck will be on the back of many people's minds thanks to the new options it gets from the new set. This should cover all the potential upgrades for the current competitive decks when considering the new black and white set. The question remains on if anything can topple Gardevoir EX from its dominance in the format, or will it remain at the top and become even better with its new Gels and DX partnership. Regardless of what happens, this set will certainly affect the format to some degree, and so I will continue to be covering all the changes and exciting discoveries, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that going up either. I hope this video has been useful for you, and I'd love to know what you think of these decks and if you're looking to upgrade your deck with some black and white cards. Thanks for watching, and until next time.
If you want to support the channel, you can use code tablemon to get 5% off at Potent Store for your online codes, 10% off for your sealed product at Flipside Gaming, and 20% off for your superfoods at Amaranthi. Or if you're looking to buy singles or sleeves, you can fill up your cart and close the tab, then click on the affiliate link in the description and check out. That way you can support the channel over at TCG Player, Card Market, and Dragon Shield. ¿Eres de México y necesitas cartas de Pokémon? Busca Hyperbeam Cards en Facebook e Instagram. Y si estás en Tijuana, búscalos en el local G18 y G11 en el centro comercial Otay.